Hey everyone, it's the Outlaw John Rocha here, jumping on to the Outlaw Nation to do a quick video about the statement that Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, dropped today addressing the Black Adam situation and his future in the DC universe. And unless you've been living under a proverbial rock or disconnected from social media, you know that a lot of stuff has been going on, a lot of fervor, a lot of social media backlash. Above the Line, who powers and sponsors the Hot Mic, one of their writers wrote a scathing takedown of The Rock, connected to everything that's gone on with the Black Adam situation, from The Rock not promoting it on it coming out on HBO Max a couple days ago, to The Rock pushing this idea that it was going to make money and possibly fudging the numbers a little bit and maybe lying to the public a little bit about that, to the idea that The Rock himself was going to find a way to force his point of view onto the DC universe. And then, of course, James Gunn and Peter Safran coming in and taking over everything. And The Rock trying to save face in all of this, even connecting the box office of Black Adam to A24 numbers, which was a real weird thing. And then comparing it to the numbers of Captain America, the First Avenger, which is really apples and oranges when you look at context. And when both of these films have been released all these years later, you really can't compare the public's taste for superhero movies now to when it was back then. So just a lot going on here, and him having to clarify the fact that he did not unfollow Warner Brothers or unfollow the Black Adam account, him having to clarify that with Brandon Davis on comicbook.com on his tweet. So there was a lot that was around this, that people were starting to turn on The Rock. Something I never thought I'd see in my lifetime is to see people turn on The Rock, because he's always been such a great dude. He's always given so much of himself, and this is the first time that we saw in his career that he's taken these slings and arrows from social media, from the public. And certainly there were a lot of questions about what was going on here with his future in the DC universe. And as James Gunn said yesterday, you know, he knows that there's this minority of fans who are going to come after them, who are going to call them names and going to be upset about everything that's going on. So I think that THR report really kind of opened the door to everything. And James Gunn has been playing defense ever since and trying to play catch up and figure this whole thing out and decide what to drop when. I'm sure he had no plans to start dropping things as quickly as he's been dropping them. We certainly saw Henry Cavill now announcing that he's not coming back as Superman. James Gunn tweeted about that as well. Patty Jenkins is not continuing as the director for Wonder Woman 3. We don't know what the situation with Gal Gadot is, because he pushed back on somebody on Twitter yesterday saying that who said we're recasting her? We haven't said that. Even pushed back on the idea that the Suicide Squad is safe and everyone else is being recast. He is still making up his mind, and the reports came out today that he might be announcing what the plans are in January, or some of the plans in January. So something to look forward to as well. So we're on a bit of a speedy timetable right now with what James Gunn is doing with the DC universe. And now today, The Rock issued a statement, because I think apparently the fervor got so high that he felt the need, and his people probably felt the need, that it was time to address it. I think they've seen how James Gunn has been positively received, even though I may not agree with him doing this, because I think you don't need to be getting into Twitter back and forth with people. But I understand why James Gunn wants to do this, and cutting some of these theories off at the knees, stopping this momentum of some of these incorrect analysis or incorrect reports. I understand why he's doing that. So maybe The Rock saw what James Gunn was doing, is like, okay, let me issue my own statement. So let's take a look at the statement here. Let's take a look at the first statement that he released, or the first page that he released here on his Twitter. He says, "My passionate friends," which of course makes sense, because it has been passionate back and forth about The Rock and this Black Adam stuff over the last few weeks. "I wanted to give you a long-awaited Black Adam update regarding the character's future in the new DC universe." Look, this is PR 101. This is absolutely PR 101. You want to say that people are awaiting an update. You want to make it seem as if it's more important than it actually is, because, to be honest with you, the film didn't make money. And so are there really that many people who are long awaiting? But he wants to address the people who are who enjoyed him playing Black Adam, enjoyed the movie. So it's a good way to kind of do that by saying that. He says, "James Gunn and I connected, and Black Adam will not be in their first chapter of storytelling. However, DC and $7 have agreed to continue exploring the most valuable ways Black Adam can be utilized in future DC multiverse chapters." This is very smart, and you won't be faulted if you think about Henry Cavill's statement, which is James Gunn's statement about Henry Cavill, rather, which essentially said, you know what? Henry Cavill's not going to be Superman because we're focusing on a younger Superman, but Henry Cavill and I talked about future DC projects down the road. I want Ben Affleck to direct something in the DC universe down the road. So what he's done here is essentially minimize the hit on these superstars' egos and on their brand. And look, it's smart. It's smart Hollywood stuff to do that. James Gunn saying to The Rock, hey, look, we're not going to go forward with you, Black Adam, right now, but in the future, we might want to call on you to reprise the role of Black Adam. Let all this fervor die down, and then people will want to see you again. You'll be in other projects. People will want The Rock back as Black Adam, possibly down the road. Who can say? Look, people are clamoring for the first Fantastic Four crew to come back from the Tim Story movies, and I would be quite happy if we never saw them again as Fantastic Four, but there are people who want to see them back. There are people who are talking about Ben Affleck coming back to play Daredevil in Secret Wars. There's all kinds of badness going on the Marvel side of things, so why not keep the option open? Plus, it minimizes the hit on the brand of The Rock, that no, you weren't just flat out rejected or your story wasn't stopped. It was just delayed for a little bit. So it's smart PR for sure. Let's go back to the rest of the statement here. James and I have known each other for years and have always rooted for each other to succeed. It's no different now. And I will always root for DC and Marvel to win and win big. This is so smart. This is so smart. Just throwing Marvel in. I'll root for DC and Marvel just in case Marvel wants to maybe look at me for something. Just letting you know I'm rooting for you too. It is smart PR. This is such a well-written statement in how they're approaching keeping The Rock as a viable property, as a viable actor that you want to have as a part of your franchise. And of course, it's smart for him to wish DC the best. That's exactly what Cavill did. He said, you guys know me and I have a very thick skin and you can always count on me to be direct with my words. He says, these decisions made by James and DC leadership represent their vision of DCU through their creative lens. So giving some love to James and Peter for sure. After 15 years of relentless hard work to finally make Black Adam, I'm very proud of the film we delivered for fans worldwide, and I will always look back on the fan reaction to Black Adam with tremendous gratitude, humility, and love. We did great. Very smart statement as well, or section of the statement as well here, talking about how long he has wanted to play Black Adam, to be Black Adam. And certainly if you go back and find that 2007 interview with Peter Serretta over at Slash Film, The Rock is talking about playing Black Adam when he's doing the junket for Southland Tales. So he has definitely been talking about it for a while. So this is something that was in his blood. Now, have there been other projects that he's explored? Sure, there were rumors about him possibly playing Lobo. He was looking at Jon Stewart for Green Lantern. He was looking at other projects. He might have even thought about being Shazam. And I think in that interview with Peter Serretta, he kind of admits that he was initially looking at Shazam, and they convinced him to move over to Black Adam. And so he got involved and got connected to this character, really wanted to be a part of it. And it's also true, I think, that The Rock wanted to be the center of the universe in a way, using Black Adam as his way to kind of take control of the DC universe. Look, you can't fault him for wanting to try to be a bigger player in Hollywood and really take controls of one of the biggest IPs or biggest franchises out there. How many of us would resist that temptation or resist that moment, business-wise as well as brand-wise, to take a chance on something like that, or take a chance to go for something like that? So very good stuff. Also giving love to the fans here, saying we will look back on the fan reaction with tremendous gratitude, humility, and love. Not the critics' reaction, the fan reaction. He knows where his bread is buttered. Smart move to give them love and kiss the fans' butts. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, he says, to my very passionate and vocal Black Adam / superhero genre fans, I love you, thank you, and I will always listen to you. And he's capitalizing these just like I do on my tweets sometimes. I love you, thank you, and I will always listen to you and do my best to deliver and entertain you. What a hell of a month. Now we all need some Terramana. Have a productive week and happy holidays to you and your family. So he ends it with a very sweet statement here, talking about his passionate fans again, right? Very strong statement here, talking about his passionate and vocal Black Adam superhero genre fans. So that's his way of saying, I hear you. I know some of you criticizing me, some of you are supporting me. I hear you both. I will always listen to you. So that's his way of making himself the people's champ yet again. That's what he did so well in the WWE. People felt like they connected with him because he felt like the people's champ. Yeah, Stone Cold was over as well, but The Rock was the people's champ. And so it's smart for him to play to the fans. He knows he's where he's at now because of the fans, because of the millions and the millions of The Rock's fans who support him through thick and thin. And he knows that he has to give them the thanks. He has to give them the gratitude. And it's genuine. He knows that he wouldn't be where he's at now without him. There's always a streak of humility with The Rock. Yes, did he shoot for the moon? Was he like Icarus flying too close to the sun and got his wings burnt off? Yes, in this situation. But you never doubt The Rock. He's always going to find his way back. And he's got all these other projects going on. You could be cynical about this statement and certainly see it as just brand saving or just him trying to like look good or whatever. But I think at the end of the day, what this is a statement from a very powerful Hollywood player saying, I love the fans. I cared about this character. I gave it all I got. It didn't quite get there. And I'm out for now, but nothing says I won't be back later. Nothing says James Gunn might take a look at what I'm doing and want me back. Look, the Snyder fans willed the Zack Snyder's Justice League into existence. So anything is possible now in this world of Hollywood and in this world of the superhero genre. You know, it's sad that it didn't work out because I love The Rock. I wanted it to be a good film. I didn't like the film in the end, but I respected the fact that he wanted to make this happen. Did he push too far? Possibly. But in the end now, we got to see what happens with him. And he moves on from this. I think it's a strong statement, a smart statement. I think it'll absolutely quell the fire and passion and anger around this whole thing. I think it's very smart what he did here. So shout out to his entire team there at $7 who understood how to read the tea leaves and knew they had to make a statement. And they made a statement that was strong in defending what he did at Black Adam, recognizing that there was a lot of passionate people angry at The Rock for how he was behaving or how he was trying to excuse things at the end. And then at the end saying, hey, it was a great time. We did great. I'm moving on. Let's all relax and let's embrace the holidays and embrace our family. Certainly a family man, The Rock, for sure, if nothing else. All right, well, there you go. What did you think about the statement? Did you like the statement? Am I way off base? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Let me know down in the comments section below. Hit a like on this video, share it on your social media, and more than anything else, subscribe to the channel down below. You know, we beat our goal of 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so thank you so much for helping me do that. Now let's get marching to 30,000 subscribers, and there'll be much more content just like this coming in 2023. So please, if you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell button so you see when we're dropping all the content just like this that we're putting on the Outlaw Nation channel going into 2023. Take care of yourselves. Be well. If you don't watch anything else of mine this week, have a very safe and happy holidays as well. And I'll see you on the other side as we get ready to celebrate a new year. Take care and be well. And Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, I love you, man. Take care of yourself and my best to your family. See ya.